Well, good morning, everybody. There's more people than that. Good morning, everybody. Chief Dr. Robert Joseph, thank you, Karen, for that beautiful introduction. To Chief William Wasden, to Chief Bo Dick, to Justice Murray Sinclair, and to all of you, I will greet you by saying Namwayut. We are definitely all one. In my faith tradition, there is a scripture that says, from one blood he has made all nations for to dwell upon the face of the earth. And so I greet you as brothers and sisters in this human race. For indeed, although we call ourselves by many racial and ethnic identities, we are all a part of the human family. And it was my father who often reminded us that we have inherited a great big world house of many faith traditions, of many races, of many ethnicities, of many cultural backgrounds. And while through technology and even science, we have made this world house a humongous neighborhood, we've been brought closer together because of technology and science. But the reality is, although we have been brought together in those ways, we must learn to live together as brothers and sisters, or we will all perish together as fools. Today is a glorious day, and I'm glad to be with you with the liquid rain. It is the dawning of a new day for Reconciliation Canada and First Nations. And I declare over all of you today that you are beautiful in God's sight. I declare that Canada will be transformed because of the daring and courageous efforts of those of you who have gathered here on today. I am who I am today because of the sacrifices of both of my parents, my mother and my father. I'm a better person because of them. America is a better place because of them. And the world is a better place because of their sacrifice and their contributions. But they are no longer with us. They set an example for us, an extraordinary example of how to bring about change and transformation without firing a gun, without utilizing physical weapons, but by utilizing the weapon of your mind, your soul, and your spirit. My father taught us the way of nonviolent social change. And because of that, lives were changed, hearts were transformed. And no, it was not easy. People were lost in the process. Blood was shed. But there were many people who would have lost their life had they not taken this more excellent way of nonviolent social change. The way forward in Canada, all over this world, is going to be through choosing nonviolence. There is no other way. In fact, my father reminded us over 45 years ago that the choice today is no longer between nonviolence or violence. It's between nonviolence or non-existence. And so the way forward means that we must embrace this philosophy, where one resists evil and oppose unjust systems that seek to oppress and minimize, degrade and degenerate people, while loving the perpetrators of the system. And I know that's hard. There were often times when my father was tempted, as he grew up, to hate all white people. But he knew that hate will destroy the hater more than the hated. And so he had no choice but to adopt a higher way if his goal was ultimately to see transformation and change, not just in his generation, but for generations yet unborn. When he spoke those words, "I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character." He was not just speaking about us literally, but he was speaking about children and future generations throughout the world, including right here in Canada, British Columbia, Vancouver. He was speaking about each and every one of you. And because he put those words in the atmosphere, they must become true. And so a revolution and a movement has already been started. It is up to each one of you to get into the flow of it, to continue the progress. Because my mother often said as well, that struggle is a never-ending process. Freedom is never really won. You earn it and you win it in every generation. And that means that there must be persistent, consistent determination to see a new Canada, where all people are respected and included in the culture, in the economic climate, in the forward-moving process. But again, I say, nonviolence is the only way. Nonviolence allows you to aim against oppression, but not against the oppressor. To organize people of like kindness and like consciousness. Nonviolence mitigates fears, it disperses hatred, violence, and irrationality. It is a way toward a community at peace with itself. It leads toward mutual friendship based on complete equality. It does not, and I want to say this very clearly, it does not change immediately the heart of the oppressor. It first does something to the hearts and souls of those committed to it. It gives you a sense of self-respect. It calls upon resources and strengths and courage that you did not know you had. Finally, as it changes you and gives you the strength and the courage that you need to press forward in the struggle for total freedom, it then reaches the opponent and so stirs their conscience that reconciliation becomes a reality. It is the only way to reestablish broken community. Nonviolence recognizes that social change cannot come overnight, but it causes one to work as if it were a possibility the next morning. I encourage you, as you continue to move forward, this is going to be a long journey, but every journey begins with a step. Believe it or not, you have made a tremendous step towards progress here in Canada. the Truth and Reconciliation Commissions that you have held, while it is not the end, and it is not the total answer, it is an important step because it allowed individuals to cleanse and clear their conscience, their hearts of the pain and the suffering and the residue that has come from years of abuse. It is an important step